On this date, Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, we the people of the City of Independence, Missouri, propose the following resolution titled, Resolution to Ensure Citizens' Consent and Protect Personal Property Rights. The undersigned elected officials and/or community planners officially engaged to create planning programs for the City of Independence, Missouri, do hereby agree to the following. That planning involves and affects citizens' consent and regulation of personal property rights. That individual property ownership is an inherent right, which is one of the foundations of individual liberty for American citizens and constitutes an asset of unique value, as well as that the elected officials and/or community planners follow the due process of a public hearing and vote without the cover of a consent agenda or a special item. Recognizing that value, we agree that all citizens' consent and their personal property rights shall be placed in the highest priority of the consideration during the planning and zoning process, and in the event that any part of the planning and zoning process or recommendations resulting in from the process that shall potentially negatively impact any of the property rights, property owners, or the value of their private property, those affected property owners shall be provided full, timely disclosure and transparency, notifying the property owner or owners of the potential, I can't look down, okay, that their consent, well, I start here, be provided full, timely disclosure and transparency, notifying the property owner or owners of the potential that their consent or property rights may in some way be infringed or the value of their private property may be thereby affected, and be provided full disclosure outlining the rights to be infringed upon, and C, be provided an opportunity to opt out of any rights infringing regulation or policy. D, that a single family residential zoning R6 means one family, not two. Two family residential zoning R12 means a 2-unit house or duplex, not two separate units of housing or cluster pattern building, auxiliary dwelling units, and no Airbnb businesses will be approved against the valid and legal protests of affected homeowners. E, only the landowner can apply to rezone his own land. The city or any other entity can only rezone its own property, not yours or your neighbor's. Only one lot can be rezoned at a time, allowing evidence of the impact of rezoning, what will be built, parking, utilities, noise, impact on overcrowding, classrooms, parks and roads, etc. G, each homeowner keeps the due process rights to notice, opportunity to be heard, the ability to protest any rezoning, and due process of the legal and public vote of the City Council. H, each affected owner will receive written notice of any proposed change to the zoning of their property 60 days in advance of the zoning board and City Council hearing discussing changes. Public notice of such proposed zoning changes will also be published in the newspaper of record 60 days in advance, describing the properties being proposed for the changes and the changes being proposed. I, no zoning decisions or directives will be issued by any entity, group outside of the elected officials of the City Council or any group appointed by and totally accountable to the City Council, with final approval provided by the City Council. In the event of property loss or usage by the private landowner due to the planning restrictions or zoning changes, the affected private property owner shall be fully compensated in a monetary amount equal to the fractional fair market loss.
Ma'am, your time is up.
So close.